This is David with High Performance Stoicism. I want to talk to you about the most exciting results from practicing Stoicism. When most people talk about practicing Stoicism, they have this idea in mind. You're going into a particular kind of situation. If you apply this Stoic technique, or if you apply this Stoic principle, you're going to have a better result, a better response. So, you are less angry than you usually would be. You are calmer. You are more confident than you usually would be. And those are exciting results. But the results that I think are even more exciting are when the response, the result, is totally unexpected. It's not something you planned for at all. It's not something you were working toward. It just happened. And when this happens, I call these responses glimpses of excellence. Now, what do I mean by a glimpse of excellence? I mean that when you respond in one of these ways, you get a glimpse into how the virtuous person responds to things. You get an idea of what it really is like to be fully self controlled, but it's only a glimpse, but nonetheless, it's very exciting. So I'm going to give you three stories of these glimpses of excellence. And the first one has to do with one night a few years ago when it was Friday night. And what is great about Friday? You get to celebrate the end of the week. You get to enjoy yourself. You get to maybe even party. And I am not above that kind of Friday. And so, what I used to do on a Friday was, all right, now's time to cut loose a little. So, sure, we're going to have one or two beers, but maybe we're going to have three. Maybe we're going to have four. But this one Friday, something happened that was very remarkable to me. And that is, I had one beer, I was enjoying myself. And then I just had a appearance before my mind, a glimpse that, well, I think tomorrow's work would be a little better if I stop right there. And so I did. And what I saw was what it's like to be more self controlled. Here's the second story. One year, a couple years ago, I flew across the Atlantic to go to a philosophy conference, an ethics conference, and I was excited because it was all on one theory. So we would all be familiar with each other's thinking and with some of the other people at the conference. So we could focus on this one important topic in ethics. And I sat down next to someone I didn't know, and I told them, isn't this great? We're all at this conference and we're talking about the same subject, right? And you would guess he would say, yes, this is great too. This is why I flew here from America. But he started attacking me because he heard what my moral theory was. My moral theory is intuitionism, which I've written quite a bit about. And so what was interesting to me is he was attacking me. I was helping him out by saying, well, I don't think you understand my theory. And I was defending the theory, but here was the glimpse of excellence. I was not upset by anything that he was doing. And I was surprised at the way I responded because usually if someone gave me a hard time before the conference even starts, well, that could upset me for the afternoon. It might even ruin my conference if I let it because this person was being unbearable and just attacking me because of I hold a view that's different than his. So I was really surprised at this glimpse of excellence because I saw it's not bothering me at all, and that was quite surprising. Now, here's the last one, and I'm going to give you the short version of this glimpse of excellence. In this case, I went to the hospital a few years ago because I was ill. And when I got there, the nurse practitioner told me, here is what's causing your problem. It could be a brain tumor. It could be MS. It could be a stroke or a mini stroke. And that's pretty shocking news. I would say it seemed like I wasn't being a total stoic about it. It was disturbing, But then I remembered something important, and that is I had a goal at that time to every day write 2 pages of philosophy or 2 pages on Stoicism. And then, despite thinking the diagnoses I was hearing were so horrifying, and I thought this could be a big turning point in my life, it could possibly be fatal. Then what did I do? I said, could you give me a pen? And okay, I wrote out my 2 pages of writing right there. And that was a little surprising because, yes, it was bothering me somewhat, but I was together enough to say, I'm keeping up my writing streak. And at this point, since I can't do anything about the situation, this is the most important thing to do. So you tell me, have you ever had one of these surprise glimpses of excellence by practicing Stoicism? I'd love to hear about it. I'd also love that if you subscribe, make a comment, like. If you do that, I'd really appreciate that. And I'll see you in the next video.